Premier League teams? What do they look like 5 years from now? First up, we have Arsenal, who in real life have fallen from the top spot in the Premier League table. David Raya is still their goalkeeper, rated 86 at the age of 33. Their left back is Victor Christiansen from Denmark. Perhaps Arteta sees something special in him, as he's rated 81 at 26 years old. Arsenal's right center back is still William Saliba, who has developed into a beast. He's now in his prime at 28 years old and rated 89. Their left center back is Andre Cadlec. He must be a Regan, but can you guess of whom? And oh my, Trent Alexander-Arnold has moved to Arsenal from Liverpool. Liverpool must not have been winning trophies. Otherwise, I can't imagine why he'd leave, unless it was to Real Madrid, of course. Martin Odegaard has stayed loyal to Arsenal, now 30 years old and still highly rated at 90. I wonder if his national team, Norway, has caught up to his level. His midfield partner is Albert Sambi Lokonga, who is quite low-rated compared to the rest of the squad at 79 and also 29 years old. On the right wing, we don't see Saka at all. Instead, we see Ralph Jansen from the Netherlands, who looks like he could be a Regan of Jeremy Frimpong. They share the same nationality and primary and secondary positions. On the left, we have Jackson Leach, now 23 years old and rated 81. Kai Havertz is still here, rated 85 at 30 years old, and he seems to have a 50-50 like-to-dislike ratio among Arsenal fans. Darwin Nunez has followed Trent to Arsenal. He's also 30 and rated 85. Eli Wahi has joined as well and is now rated 84 at 26 years old. So here is the best starting 11. The back line and goalkeeper look solid, except for the left back, but he has time to grow. The midfield of Odegaard and Lokonga looks unbalanced defensively. Jansen looks world-class and Leach looks like an average Prem player, leaving the left-hand side of the 11 weak. Finally, up top, they have Havertz and Nunez, two players made fun of a lot, but maybe 5 years from now, they could become the best strikers in the league. The bench is filled with below-average to average players. So overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Aston Villa, who have climbed up the table in the past 2 years. In goal, they have Lucas Chevalier from France. He's now 27 years old and rated 87. Better than Martinez? Let me know in the comments. At left back, they have Fran Garcia from Real Madrid. He is 83, rated at 29 years old. Their right center back is Wilfried Singo, a beast who can play both center back and right back. He's 86, rated at 28 years old. Moving over to the left center back position, they have Gabriel from Arsenal. He's now 87, rated at 31 years old. Maybe Aston Villa kept improving and he jumped ship for glory. Their right back is a world-class player at 89 rated, Jan Koto. They signed him from Manchester City, where a lot of talent emerges, though nobody seems to admit it. Onto the midfield, they have 88 rated Ryan Gravenberch from Liverpool. He's moved a lot in his career, from the Netherlands to Germany and now to England, and he's still only 27. His midfield partner is Mats Wiefer from Brighton, a club known for picking up amazing talents and selling them for high prices. Wiefer is now 85, rated at 29 years old. On the right-hand side, they brought in Mohamed Kudus, a very talented player who deserves a top move in real life. He's 88, rated at 28 years of age. On the left side, they've got Johan Bakayoko from PSV, an incredible talent on the wing. And finally, up top, they have Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus. It was only a matter of time before a top Premier League team signed him. So here is Aston Villa's starting 11. Their back line and goalkeeper look solid. But again, the left back is the weakest spot. Onto the midfield, and they look very good defensively. Morgan Rogers is their best bet when it comes to the cam positions. Unless they put Kudus in the middle and Edwards on the right, Bakayoko on the left looks good, but again, the weakest in the attack, and then up top, they have the powerhouse Vlahovic. So overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Moving on, we have Liverpool. In goal, they have Georgi Mamardashvili, who is now 88 rated and 28 years old, right in his prime. He's also from Georgia. At left back, they have Alphonso Davies from Canada, who is 89 rated at the age of 28. At right center back, they have Mohamed Simakan, rated 85 and 29 years old. At left center back, they have Mark Guehi, who is now 28 years old and 84 rated. Moving on to right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't isn't here, as we saw him at Arsenal. Instead, they have Thiago Santos, who is 26 years old and 84 rated. A solid defense so far. It looks like they made a swap deal with Arsenal or something because they brought in Declan Rice. He is now 88 rated at 30 years of age. Alongside him in midfield is Aurelien Tchouameni, who is 90 rated at 29 years old. Ahead of them, they have Pablo Gavi, who is also 90 rated at just 24 years of age. What an incredible midfield. On the wings, they still have Luis Diaz, who is now 32 and 83 rated, and Cody Gakpo, who is 86 rated at 30 years old. Up front, they have Diogo Jota, aged 32 and rated 85. So here is Liverpool's starting 11. They looks very good. Their defense and goalkeeper look solid. The midfield looks untouchable, and the front three could definitely improve. The only downside I will point of for this team is the lack of depth. On the bench, they still have a 72 rated Van Dijk, who is now 37 years old. They lack in the defense depth for sure, and also the attack. Looking at it now, they only have good depth in midfield. So the overall rating I will give is a 9 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if they had good depth. On to Manchester City. They have Julian Aguirrezabala in goal, who is 28 years old and rated 84. At left back, they have Tom Roth, aged 24 and rated 83. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches, he's unusually tall for a fullback. Perhaps he plays as a left center back in game. In left center back, they have Joško Gvardiol, who is 27 and rated 87. At right center back, there's Eder Militão, now 88 rated at 31 years old. At right back, they have Victor Gomez, who is 82, rated at 29 years old. So far, the defense looks decent, but perhaps not up to Manchester City's usual standards. Of course, they still have Rodri, who stayed loyal after winning the Ballon d'Or. He is now 91, rated at 33 years old. Matheus Nunes remains at City, but some fans might feel vindicated as he's only 80 rated at 30 years old. Maximo Perrone is 26 and rated 83, not the strongest midfield for City. On the left wing, they still have Jeremy Doku, now 86, rated at 27. Phil Foden also remains at City. No surprise, considering he's won a trophy nearly every season since his debut. Up front, they, of course, still have Erling Haaland, the robot himself, rated 93 at just 28 years old. So, here is the Manchester City team. Firstly, this is the lowest-rated goalkeeper we've seen all video. The two center-backs carry the defense, while the midfield is held together by Rodri. Matheus Nunes, however, probably shouldn't even be starting. Doku and Foden on the wings look very strong. And of course, there's 93 rated Haaland up top. My biggest issue comes from the bench. They have two world-class strikers just sitting there warming the bench. That money could have been better spent on midfielders and defenders, even just to add some depth. Overall, I'm giving this team a 6 out of 10. By Manchester City standards, they should easily be a 10 out of 10. Maybe the 115 charges finally came back to bite them. Manchester United just brought in Ruben Amorim, so let's see how they're shaping up. In goal, they have Bento, 85 rated and 30 years old. At right back, they've had to improvise with Joanner Chavez, a left back filling in who is 81 rated at 27 years old. On the left, Bjorn Meyer is their starting left back, also 81 rated and 26 years old. Somehow, United have kept Matthijs de Ligt. He must really love them. He's 87 rated at 29 years old and feels like he's been around forever. His center-back partner is Wesley Fofana, who is 84, rated at 28 years old. His injuries seem to have held him back. In midfield, they've brought in Bruno Guimaraes, 86 rated and 31 years old, alongside Kobbie Mainoo, who is also 86 rated but only 24. Ahead of them is Bruno Fernandes, now 34 and rated 85. On the right, Victor Tsygankov is 84, rated at 31, while on the left, Francisco Conceição is 85, rated at just 26. Leading the line is Lois Openda, who is 87 rated and 29 years old. So here is the starting 11. Their goalkeeper looks solid, providing a reliable foundation. In defense, they lack quality in the fullback positions, especially at right back, where they had to improvise with a left back filling in. However, their midfield is where they truly shine. The triangle of Kobbie Mainoo, Bruno Guimaraes, and Bruno Fernandes looks amazing, combining youth youth, experience, and creativity. Their wingers are absolute ballers, bringing pace and flair to the attack. Up front, Lois Openda leads the line, and his name speaks for itself. The bench also offers impressive depth, giving them options across the pitch. Overall, I'd rate this squad an 8 out of 10. It could have been higher with stronger depth in the fullback area. Next, we have Chelsea. In goal, they have Philip Jurgensen, who is 27 years old and rated 84. At left back, Melvin Bard takes the spot. 28 years old and 82 rated. Not the strongest, but reliable. In central defense, Trevoh Chalobah remains at the club. 29 years old and 82 rated. Paired with Antonio Silva, the standout at 25 years old and rated 86. At right back, they have Jules Koundé, now 30, and a world-class 89 rated. In midfield, Moises Caicedo anchors the team at CDM, 27 years old and 87 rated, alongside Enzo Fernandez, who is 28 and rated 86. Moving to the attack, João Felix lines up on the left wing, 29 years old and rated 86, while Cole Palmer has developed into a star, playing as the cam, 27 years old and rated 89. On the right wing, Pedro Neto holds the position, 29 years old and rated 83, while leading the line is Nicholas Jackson, 28 years old and rated 85. So here is the starting 11. Their goalkeeper is still developing, but already shows great potential. The back line looks solid, though there's definitely room for improvement, particularly at left back and center back. The midfield stands out as very strong, with players who have stayed loyal to the club from the start, showing consistency and chemistry. The wingers are impressive and bring flair to the attack, with the added bonus of both being Portuguese. Up top, they have Nicholas Jackson leading the line, a reliable striker. The bench is absolutely stacked, full of talent, and arguably the best we've seen so far. Overall, I'm giving this team a 9 out of 10. It's a strong squad with incredible depth.